Hey y'all, I'm so happy that you've joined me today because we're going to do this recipe that you're going to love, and it's absolutely perfect for any occasion, but especially for Mother's Day. You know, moms like a high tea or garden party, if you want to call it that, but you can make these for her and it will make her feel so special. So here we go. And the best thing about this is what we're going to top it with. So, you know, whenever you go have tea, high tea anywhere, they have these beautiful little scones. So we're going to make blueberry scones. And first we're going to add 2 cups of self-rising flour, then 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and then 1/4 cup of chilled butter. And I just put it in slices just to make it kind of go into the flour easier. So let's add that together. And this, of course, who doesn't love scones? I mean, yes, we all do, because it's just kind of a fancier biscuit. But if you're trying to do something really special for your mother, this is a great choice. But what we're going to top it with is like the creme de la creme. Whenever you do go somewhere and you have scones or tea, they have creme fraiche that you can put on biscuits or scones or whatever. But we have like a very fancy creme fraiche. It's not creme fraiche, but I'm going to show it to you. It's like the best thing. So here we go. We're just going to pulse this until the butter gets incorporated. And, you know, my food processor likes to spin everything out. But that's okay. I hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all have a wonderful Mother's Day. Here is my mom, my daughter, who's the most wonderful mother. I'm so proud of her. My mother, when she was about 28, I think. And my grandmother, feeding her chickens. She was just the most amazing woman. She was a little bitty, but she had chickens, she had a garden, and she just did it all. Okay, so I have 3/4 cup of half and half and an egg. Let me go get the egg. I left it out on the counter, sorry y'all. And I'm going to just beat the egg up a little bit and put it in our half and half. And beat that up just a little bit, just incorporate it a little bit. And then we're gonna add this to our dry ingredients. Okay, now let me say, if you wanna use a all-purpose flour, be sure to, that's fine, add some baking soda and some salt. But we used the other, we used self-rising. So we're gonna drizzle this in. And it should make the dough. Now we still haven't added our blueberries yet, so we're gonna add those. But I'll show you what we're gonna do before we add them. Here's our dough. It's a nice, really pretty dough. Looks like it's very tender. So let's take this off and put it right over here. I wore black, I shouldn't have worn black. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the dough, I'm gonna take my rings off. This is, you don't wanna fool with dough with your rings on, I'll never get them clean. Let me take them off. Okay. And then I'm gonna put the dough in this bowl and we'll finish it. It's nice and soft and tender, my goodness. You know, it's interesting how like biscuit dough has one consistency. And then these scones, you know, they're so light and such a sweet little bite that this dough is different. And so we'll get it out. And let me get the blade out without cutting myself. But it's like every other dough. You know, whenever you make cakes or biscuits or anything, you do not want to overwork it. So if you noticed, I took it out really right before it was all incorporated, because it just makes a difference. It builds the gluten and it makes it tougher. So you want to keep it nice and tender. So let me get the blade out. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put, here's 1 cup of blueberries. I'm going to put just a teeny tiny bit of flour on them, not much, and just do them in really, you know, just kind of sprinkle it on and roll them around a little bit, and then I'm going to add them to our dough. So again, that's 1 cup of blueberries. So our recipe so far is 2 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, which is going to make it, give it just that perfect sweetness and richness. You know, brown sugar is just such a wonderful addition to any recipe because it's so rich. And then we're going to add, we added 3/4 cup of heavy cream, 1 egg, and 1/4 cup of sliced butter, cold. So let's put this here, and then we're going to put it on our board and knead it just a little bit. I'm going to add some flour to our board here so we can roll it out. So here we go. Put our dough right there. I'm excited about this, y'all. We love scones. And I don't know, it just almost takes a special occasion to make them, although it shouldn't, because you can see how simple it is. Just a few ingredients and you're done. Let me put this back. Okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on my hands too. And then you just kind of knead it like 3 or 4 times. You know, I was talking to someone this morning about scones and biscuits, and you know, Miss Francis's recipe for biscuits, that 2-ingredient recipe that we have on video, you just knead it just slightly, like 4 times is plenty. And that's what we're going to do with this. It is a very tender dough, so you do need some flour to incorporate on it so that you can cut it. And then you cut this in half. I'm making a mess, y'all. I usually try and have like 1 bowl and not very much of a mess, but this is a mess. Okay, this is messy, not a mess. And then you just make it into a round of 2 6-inch rounds. So there's 1. Here's our other, and then you just cut them in wedges. I think that's another reason we like scones, is because they're just pretty little wedges. So let's do that. Let's cut it in 6. We'll cut it in half. Cut it in half again. And cut these. Actually, that's going to make 8. That's okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's fine. And then we're going to put them on our baking sheet. Here's extra flour. And bake them at 375 for 20 minutes. Now, I think that you do need to watch them because you do not want them to overbake because they are very tender, and you don't want them to get too hard. And you know what? If they're not shaped perfectly, then they know it's homemade. So it's okay. And honestly, if you don't want to bake your scones, go to the grocery store and buy them. They have them everywhere now. But make this delicious topping for them. And I'm going to put these on, and then I'm just going to bake 1 pan of them right now. So here they are on our baking sheet. I'm going to put it in the oven, 375. It will be for 20 minutes. So let's put them in. I'm going to put the timer in. And I'm going to show you the topping. Let me turn this off for just a minute and wash my hands. Okay, y'all, so here is our topping. It is so delicious. I mean, I can't even tell you. So I let my cream cheese stay on the counter for probably an hour and a half. I probably needed to leave it just a tiny bit longer, but it's 4 ounces of cream cheese. This is an 8 ounce, this was an 8 ounce block, and I halved it, and then 1/4 of a cup of lemon curd. Now, I was just going to show you, you can buy lemon curd in the grocery stores now, and some grocery stores it's a little pricey, some it's kind of reasonable, because you can use just a little bit and it goes a long way. So all you do is just stir it, stir it, stir it together. And because you want the cream cheese to be creamy and not like in little lumps. And stir, stir, stir. It's a perfect blend. And on Blueberry Scones, it is absolutely amazing. So you are gonna absolutely love it. So here's our topping. We've got our scones in the oven. Whenever they get baked, we'll take them out and put some of this delicious, this sends it over the top. You can have a tea party for mom, you can have a garden party for mom, a picnic, but she will feel so special if you make this wonderful topping for your scones. Okay, y'all, look at how beautiful our scones came out. Oh, aren't they beautiful? Your mom would just love that. I'm just telling you, you need to try, especially do the spread. And I was also going to show you, be sure and refrigerate your lemon curd if you buy it after you've opened it. But there are the rest of them. And the second batch, the second little disc that I made, to make it 6, I cut it in half and then each half into thirds. This is 8. But I honestly think this is a great size as well. So here is our blend for our topping. Cream cheese and lemon curd. Simple, simple, simple. But man, it packs a punch of flavor. And then you just kind of put it over your scone. Okay. Isn't that beautiful, y'all? So I hope you love these, and I hope everybody has a very happy Mother's Day. Bon appetit, y'all.